Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my video first impressions in the Legends of Runeterra draft, aka expeditions. So there will be two parts to this video. The first one is gonna be the basics and some comments, because it is still a beta testing game, so I have a few things to say and what could be improved, but I must say that it is very promising and I like the experience very much. And the second part will be some gameplay footage. So this video is meant mostly if you haven't tried the game or if you're just beginning. Maybe you have some experience with Hearthstone. So I think the biggest difference so far with Hearthstone is random number generator is much less important in lore than in Hearthstone. In Hearthstone, it could make or ruin your run in Arena. And maybe you have already played Magic the Gathering, paper version, or the online version. So the main differences are that you cannot get mana screwed or mana flooded, which is great. It was sometimes really annoying. You could get terrific runs where you could get mana screwed like 13 times in 20 games, and it was really annoying and it makes you want to stop playing Magic. So there is also, so it's just the beginning, but for now there is less counterplays deck. For example, if you played the draft in Throne of Eldraine, which was the last Magic the Gathering expansion, you could see that there was a lot of mill deck and I really hated it. I haven't seen any things like this in lore so far. Fingers crossed. And the other deck I hated to play against was Simic Flash, but it was like more of a constructed deck, but I don't think there will be in the near future any playable deck like this in lore. So I think these are two big points to be mentioned if you are willing to come from Magic to lore. Or maybe you are just one of these lemming type of player that likes to screw your opponent. But I think it's better for everyone if it isn't too big of a thing. So the races in lore are called Allegiance. And of course there are pretty big similarities between Hearthstone classes and Magic the Gathering archetypes. So I'm not gonna cover the whole similarities and differences between those two games, but I just wanted to point this out for the video beginning. We will see how it holds on the long run, because sometimes what makes you salty is what makes you wanna come back to a game and try it some more, so we will see. So I'm gonna quickly talk about the basic principles if you haven't tried it out yet. If you already played some expedition, then you can skip this part. So it's like Hearthstone adventure system, the PvE. So during the draft, you are given some bundles with most of the time synergies that you can include in your deck that were already there to begin with. So it is possible to make some soft combos. It's not just a value thing like in Magic, where you should theoretically pick the best value card, except if you are in your third pack maybe. So the draft is very different from Magic, because the cards can't be picked by other players. So now regarding the economy, you have one free token which gives you access to 2 trials when you first make your account, and then it will cost you either 1 token, if you can get them somehow, I don't know, or 3,000 shards, or $3, like 300 gold in game. And it can reward you, as I've saw in my first run. So I've maxed my 2 trial wins. I went 2 times 7 wins, and I got 1 champion capsule and 3,500 shards. So there is a limitation per week. You can only play 3 expeditions. So I saw there was a controversy on the forums on Reddit regarding this fact, but as far as I'm concerned, a game being casual is healthy, and yeah, if you have to be playing the whole time to be the best, I don't like it. So, and you have to remember that 1 full expedition still takes half a day, so it will still takes like 1 day and a half to complete your 3 weeklies. Except of course if you just lose or just win, but hopefully it won't be the case and it will stay balanced. So I like this fact that there is a limitation. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say regarding the economics. Then if we want to talk a little bit about the metagame, even though it's a little bit too early to say, I think Freylord, Demacia and the Shadow Isles have done the strongest impression on me, with some really disgusting plays. I want to give you an example that I pulled off in my first run as Freylord and Demacia, and I could combo Ashe with the Rhymefarm Wolf. With those two, when you attack, you can just freeze one of the best unit that the opponent holds, and then pull it with the challenger of the Rhymefarm Wolf and kill it instantly. So it was really, really strong. But that's just an example. There are lots of other small interactions that are really fun, but that makes you win game. Now let's talk about what's positive about lore expeditions. So overall the game seems pretty balanced, except maybe for Piltover and Zaun. Then again, except Heimerdinger, which was kind of great. There is a fair power level, I think. To begin with, there is an even amount of champions for both players, as opposed to Magic the Gathering, where if someone had a bomb, then it's, except if the opponent has a removal, then it's almost over, and that was a pity. And sometimes Hearthstone. So I've played Arena only during the beginning of Hearthstone, but if your opponent somehow drafted a Ragnaros and an Onyxia, it was pretty much over. You could do nothing about it. And I had a pretty strong impression. The game is fun, it's refreshing, and it always feels new to me. So that's a really good point. So now the negative points. There is no ranking. So it's only the beginning, but I don't know if Riot will be implementing ranked or not. We'll see. The matchmaking is bad, I think. On both of my runs, when I went into my 7th wins, I went against someone who played really bad, which was odd for the last of the games. I think it's better if you face someone who is at your own level. And as said earlier, I think the draft part is oversimplified, but I will come back a little bit later. So now what I would change if I was the lead developer from a general standpoint, I would make individual drafting picks. I think it really hurts the depth of the format to have to choose between several bundles. Most of the time they are going to be close calls, like one bundle who has a high value and the other one has a lower value but has a higher synergy, so you don't really have one pick that stands out. I would improve the matchmaking and make a ranked ladder, so no surprise. Even though the draft isn't the most popular format. Now it's not about the draft, but I think it is still really important is to improve the lobby, because I think it's the game's biggest flaw so far. They should really add more information, because you have to seek them out, and sometimes you do things that aren't directly mentioned. For example, if you gain some cards, it doesn't stand out in the lobby, which is weird. And I think they should be more clear about economic informations, because it's still a game involving money, even though if it's meant to be free to play. So I think it would require that. So to conclude, I really loved the expedition experience, and I'm looking forward to play some more. I love Legends of Runeterra so far, and most of all, the character interaction and the animation when the champions level up, it's really fresh, and I love it. Please give me your opinion in the comment section, like and subscribe. So like I said, there will be a part 2 available to see some gameplay, and especially the draft, where I will show the thought process. So I hope you will like it. So see you.